So to recap, where you are. Well, properly, yes. Okay, I shall do a proper one. You met with Keegan, the Darkling, who it was great.
Jeez.
We were all over the shop, and half of it was wrong. Not talking about other campaigns.
Yeah, you met with Keegan, the Darkling, who you'd originally encountered in the Raven's Eyrie, who worked in the archives, and she had said that she was going to come and find you. You learned that she is worried she's being followed, which you found was almost definitely the case, which is down to the fact that she knows quite a lot about the Raven Queen and the inner workings of her sanctum. And yeah, there's a little bit of concern about her going off and telling secrets before she's become a fully trusted member of the clergy. But equally, there's nothing to stop her from leaving. She's not beholden to it, but obviously there will always be a concern about her leaving with that regard. She has been selected for the Elder Rite if she can prove herself at Raven's Eyrie. However, she doesn't really think she wants to become an archivist there. And she is scared to tell the other Darkling Elders that this is how she feels. And she also doesn't want to lose her opportunity to become an Elder in the process. So she wants to find another way to prove herself without kind of losing the opportunity before she even begins. And I think Panic agreed to deliver a message.
Yep.
To the Echo Chamber, which is a secret location of her particular clan of Darklings, and she's given you a map of how to get there, or she will be giving you a map actually more accurately.
Go back to the Eyrie to retrieve it.
Mm-hmm. You then met Zashik, who asked if you could check out Coward Landing in the, I know every time I say it I think of that, which is in the Drowned Quarter. Basically to see if there's any evidence of a keeper being held at the warehouse there, but it's heavily guarded, and he has suggested that you try to get details of the warehouse with Gwen, who works at she works with the Veld League, so he suggested that you go to their headquarters. And then you had a long rest, whoop whoop, and did level up. And then you went venturing to the Shattered Isles, decided to go across the Bridge of Arctus, aka the Weeping Bridge, and you found yourself in the Isle of Lost Thoughts. On the way, you set off a couple of traps that were laid into the bridge, which meant that Larrick got lapped around by some tentacles and stuff.
Got a slap.
And he didn't enjoy it.
I feel like I just get bullied. It's always me.
Well, it was me thinking Larrick would like a good spanking on his way over the bridge, but apparently not. Yeah. So you find yourself on the Isle of Lost Thoughts, which is a place that appears like it was once a very serene and kind of idyllic place to have been studying. Even in the Shadowfell, lovely hillsides and streets that are, wide and sweeping, lots of columns, lots of inspiring architecture. But it's now all entirely ruined, and everything is kind of throttled by this black ivy. And your initial views of it are kind of large figures moving about in the distance, and also ghostly people moving around you as you first set foot onto the isle. And that's where I guess we'll start the session.
From where we are stood, because we saw people coming back across the bridge, didn't we? Like living people.
Yes.
Do we see any people around?
No, you don't see anybody living from where you currently are.
Sure.
That's depressing.
You say there's just ghosts walking all around.
I mean, it's not huge numbers of ghosts. They're all wearing robes. So they're obviously all part of the organizations here. But yeah, you don't see any living people, and the ghosts are all obviously of a type.
I mean, are they just wandering, or are they interacting with each other? Are they?
They're not. You're not really seeing them interact with each other, just on a quick glance. But it doesn't really look like it's not aimless wandering either. It's almost as if they're trying to go about their business as if they never died.
And they're close to us.
Yeah, they move around you, but it's not packed streets or anything like that. But they're not actively avoiding you, nor are they trying to interact with you.
If they're moving in and around us, can I try and hear if they're saying anything?
Yeah, sure. Roll perception.
It's 15 plus 4, 19.
Okay. So you don't really pick up words. You can hear kind of rustling. You can hear sort of whispering, which you're able to discern from the kind of breeze that's kind of whistling through all the streets around you anyway. And you're able to discern that this is a noise coming from the ghosts themselves rather than just natural environmental sounds. Yeah, so you're kind of getting like sibilance and the rustling of clothes, and every now and then you kind of hear like a more throaty kind of, that crackling like noise, as if people are actually attempting to make sounds, but it's more like, so although they are ghosts, it's more like they're kind of having memories of conversations, so they're not really articulating.
But they look like they're moving with purpose.
Yeah. So this is definitely a scholarly group of people. You see very few, if anybody, dressed in the more normal garb that you've seen in the rest of Gloomrot. And that's what I mean by these people are obviously all of A type. They are scholars, They are academics.
I'm gonna try and wave one down. I just want to see if it notices me.
Okay.
Hello. Hey.
Nothing. Just keeps walking.
Well, I don't think they're a threat, but I don't think they know we're here either.
So, best of both things then.
Yeah.
Cool.
So where the fuck are we going? Because I forgot.
I was going to say the same thing.
We need to go to the university.
Which one's the university?
Ask a ghost.
Yeah.
So Sarah's gonna go walk up to one of the ghosts and go, "Hello, hello."
You're just walking straight up to the ghost.
Yeah.
Are you getting in its way?
Not right in its way, but sort of next to it.
We're gonna
Okay,
look at Panic and just be like, "She's great, isn't she?"
Yeah, just leave her here. I mean,
Okay.
she'll be safe.
So you're getting like close enough to it
That I could wave my hand through it if they're not solid, if they're non-corporeal.
Okay.
Rude.
So you
Oh god.
you approach this ghost, obviously not getting right in its way, but
No, it's
like
red.
enough that
Don't touch it, it's
would
red.
have to
It's got a red circle on it.
Don't
it's
touch
the
it.
colour that I could be asked to do them in because you previously fought one of these. And it momentarily stops, and you see its eyes like kind of slide in your direction. It doesn't turn its head. It doesn't change its course exactly, but it kind of pauses for a moment as if it's heard you, and its eyes slide in your direction, and then it carries on walking, just skirting around you.
That's it. Huff and be like, "Well, how rude."
Maybe they don't speak common.
Oh, maybe not. How many more ghosts are around?
Oh, Jesus Christ.
She's
I
gonna
mean,
go
right.
supernatural, Meg.
Just gonna
Elvish
leave.
in the streets.
I would, if it's supernatural, I'd be throwing salt at them,
This is true.
or iron.
The streets aren't crowded, so around where you are, there would probably be like, I don't know, no more than 5 ghosts milling around the streets at any given time. And there might, there might be a pause where there's not really anyone. You see them almost like appearing out of doorways, many of which have kind of crumbled down. Actually, anybody kind of looking around at ghosts or looking around at the buildings, roll me just a straight intelligence check.
Was actually intelligent.
13.
No. Well, James.
6.
Oh,
Now
By
I
which I mean Baxter.
9.
Still wasn't good.
6
What did you
minus
get, James?
1.
10.
13.
Lara got
12 plus
13.
1. 12 plus 1, yeah.
I've got a minus
So
1.
Lara got the best score.
Yes, apparently.
On an intelligence, what the hell?
Yeah.
Okay. The DC was just so low.
Larry's not
so
dumb,
Larry-
he's just a dick.
Larry is
And
the
stupid.
only
There's a big
one.
difference.
Dick and stupid.
Larrick is the only one to pick up on the fact that, from what you've seen of Gloomrot so far, if a building looks like it's going to collapse, the keepers will come along and tear it down, or it will kind of be like almost absorbed or eaten back into the earth, and then the street smoothed over, and the buildings on either side will kind of merge together. So it's a constantly moving landscape in Gloomrot. But here, the ruins are ruins. So the roof is falling in, the doorways are collapsing. In some places, you just have the outlines of buildings left over. It's almost like where things have collapsed during the Sever, that's how they've been preserved, and they haven't really continued to decay other than the damage that the ivy is doing to the buildings at this point. So Larrick, that's what you pick up on. As the rest of you are looking around, you're seeing ghosts like emerging out of these buildings as if they've just finished doing something, or they've been to a lecture, or they've been to a bookshop, or whatever.
My God, as entertaining as this is, watching Sefsir trying to talk to all the ghosts, I don't think we're going to get anything out of them.
Just one more.
If we need to find a university is normally a big old building, right? So let's just start with the biggest building we find.
But it could be a library. We might get mixed up. They're normally quite big.
From
Both
where
of them.
we're stood,
Crazy old
see-
dickhead not mark a map.
we see.
He told you the name of the building you needed to go to. Sorry, James.
Can we see a very large ruin if we're looking around?
Looking around, so the buildings here are designed to be quite majestic. They're designed to be large, sweeping. One thing that you do note is that many of the buildings don't have windows on the lower floors, which Baxter, you would know, is because they're trying to preserve scrolls and books in these floors. However, looking around, the main structure that you can see that sticks up very obviously from the rest of them is a large tower, which is sitting within the grounds of what you would recognize as what could be a university campus. The tower itself sits at a slightly strange angle, almost as if it should have fallen over, but it hasn't. Even so, it still stands much higher than the rest of the buildings around it. The main thing that draws your attention to it is that it has 4 clock faces at its apex, but they flicker.
Flicker how?
Flicker what?
Flicker what?
Is it like a mechanical flicker or?
No. So as you guys have been stood here, like kind of just looking around, Safsir is trying to interact with these ghosts. Baxter, you've noticed this tower, and you can see that the clock faces have different motifs. So you can see 2 of these motifs from your current vantage point. But the hands of the clock flicker, and with it there's kind of flashes of Gloomrot muted colour as they do so. So the two motifs that you can see from where you're currently standing are angels and fae.
Angels and fae.
Mm-hmm.
Fangels.
Fangels. And yeah, as you're stood there, you see that at least twice the hands flicker, but they don't move in the way that you'd expect. It's random times. It would be like 10 past 4, and then it would suddenly be 20 to 7 or whatever.
I'm going to kind of like cock my head and be like, yeah, that's right. I'm going to point everyone's attention to the clock faces. I mean, yeah, that looks like something.
Well, yeah, are we going to go? We're just going to think about it.
Yeah, I mean, we should go. That we've been told
We
that this
should
place
go.
is very dangerous.
Looks all right.
Wait, it seems pretty chill.
Well,
Yeah,
I
I don't
mean-
see any problems here.
Very great.
Cersei was making friends. Everyone
Yeah.
seems quite friendly.
But they're
Laugh in
ignoring
the face
me.
of danger.
No one's actually given us any dirty
Well-
looks for a change.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
I mean, there's no
Well,
one here to give us
nice
dirty
change.
looks, to be fair.
Maybe we should just set up camp here, look,
Yeah.
till we figure out a way home.
Is it like a disused tavern anywhere?
Around here,
Who was
it's difficult to... Sorry, were you asking me or were you using those
that?
guys?
I will actually
God?
ask you though. Oh, God,
Which one?
God, is there a disused tavern
Yes.
in here?
It's quite hard to tell what some of the buildings are. If you wander the streets, inevitably you will come across a tavern. Kind of the signs are all faded. You can't really see what they're meant to be, but you can kind of understand that some of these were meant to be taverns. Even things like coffee shops and cafes, things that are a little bit more upmarket than the very small area that you've explored so far.
These are very posh ghosts.
No.
It sounds like it was quite an impressive
Why
place.
are you saying about that?
I don't know. Shall we go?
Yeah, I'm going to keep
Yeah,
my
we
eyes
could.
open though.
Yeah,
Just if we
just
see a
get rid of
tavern, there might be some beer in there. Beer's good for a few
I
hundred years,
doubt
isn't it?
it.
I don't know if you want beer from me, mate.
It's
No.
it's like there's no like bad time not to drink beer, you know?
I'm
Beer goes
afraid
bad.
honest.
No, it doesn't.
Yeah,
It does.
That's stupid. Who would make something that can go off?
Lots of
People
people. Almost all food.
Yeah.
No, don't do that. That's silly. Grows from the ground, doesn't it? Just lasts.
No, it's going to roll his eyes and start walking.
I'm on your shoulder. So
Fuck! Every time.
yeah. You keep forgetting. Why are you
How
like
am I
this?
supposed to storm off and make a point if you're always here?
Yeah, I just do it to wind you up though. I'm not stupid.
Alright, fine. Let's go check out the freaky clock. Come on.
Okay.
I will say.
On the-
oh,
Oh,
I was just going to
Sorry,
say for DM, as we're walking, can I keep an eye out for anything Raven Queenie?
Yeah.
Any like if
Yeah.
there's any little things.
Yeah, so there are statues around. Most of them are broken and shattered. But there are some kind of obvious nods to the Raven Queen in places. You might see a carving of a raven on the side of a building. You might see one of the depictions of her incorporated into any of the shattered signage that's around. You might see parts of statues that were obviously depictions of her or symbols belonging to her. And she is definitely the predominant presence here, although there are other gods here, various gods of knowledge, wisdom, etc.
So if I see an intact shrine, I want to go towards it at some point if I see one.
Okay,
But we can.
no worries.
Yeah.
Yep.
I'm a
Of course,
fucking
you're heading
idiot.
towards.
Why?
Hang on.
I'm just going through your brain.
What are we looking for?
Hang on.
I wrote the vault.
We're looking for his book.
Yeah, there's something in a vault
his
and a
book,
book.
which is at the university.
There are some items that he has said that we should look out for because they may help
Yeah.
us to create a portal.
Yeah.
He's given you some locations.
So why
I
are you
did
an
not
idiot?
write
What
those
did you do?
I wrote them down, but I can't find them because my handwriting's shit.
You should have got him to describe the book to us, and I could have found.
Got an eye on
He
it.
did- He
Right.
did describe
I
it. He
can't
did
describe
You
describe
did.
it.
You did ask him.
There's a human eye.
Oh, did I? I did.
And it's
No.
the Isle of Lost Thoughts in the Tower of the Plant.
Right, who asked him what the book looked like?
I think you did.
I don't
I
think
think
you
you
told
did,
us.
I made notes.
I don't remember things. I drink too much.
You didn't tell us. You
I
couldn't
made
remember.
He talked about the book having an eye on it.
And the
Oh.
passphrase for the
Yeah,
vault
he
is
did.
Throne of Spiders.
That was it.
Oh, yeah.
Someone
That's
makes
very
notes.
Take anything
Cool.
else.
I'm going
Oh,
to
we need
sit
the
down.
Burnished Star, which is in a manor on the Isle of Graves. We've got to go there too.
I'm going to motion for everyone to stop. I'm going to sit down on the grass. I'm going to pull out the deck of cards. I'm going to hold them in my hand. And I'm going to pull one. No, I'm not. I'm going to hold them in my hand.
Panic's gonna pull.
And,
one.
I am going to imagine the book and how he described it in my mind. And I am going to cast Locate Object.
Or for the book.
That's the one he said was in the university in the vault. So the one we
Yes.
think is closest, yes.
Okay. What's the range
you
on
just-
locate object?
1,000 feet.
It's good. It's within 1,000 feet. You are getting a distinct pull towards, and Lily, it's not the Tower of Plans, it's the Tower of Planes.
Well, I'm sorry,
You're
my
getting-
handwriting is shit. Okay.
You're getting a distinct.
You just stopped the word.
I was like,
Started
I'm
writing
sure I
something
told
else.
you what this place was called, but maybe I didn't. So, but
Look,
obviously I
I just-
did.
Like I said, I paused and I was like, and then I just guessed. It's like
Yeah.
plans,
Tower of
plans,
Plans.
planets. I don't know.
Tower
Every single
of-
plan.
Planes.
Every single plan you could ever want is in that tower.
I know.
Larrick,
It
you are
doesn't
getting a
work.
distinct pull towards this weird flickery tower.
Right, it's definitely in there. Let's go. Come on.
Weird Flickering
there.
Tower.
Sorted.
Time
I
to
keep forgetting I can do shit now.
That's
Right, let's
just
go.
weird. Magic's
What?
weird. Don't like it.
Okay.
Um,
You're
You do magic
fairy.
all the time.
I do like 2 spells.
And she's right. You're literally fucking made of magic from the magic place.
Yeah, and I never use it. It's weird.
You're full of pixie dust and stuff.
That's a racist stereotype.
Yeah,
Do you
pixies
not-
are different. I've got a pixie made back in the
Yeah.
circus, so she'd be very offended by
They're
that.
very different.
I've not met a pixie before.
Pixies are
Well, they're
like,
like her, but even smaller.
Oh.
and they're not very nice either.
Oh, she was lovely.
Well, I'm sure she was. Anyway,
What was her name?
Let me look at my character sheet because it was part of my background. But I never got to use her because she's still in the fucking. What's it?
Right, we have to stop playing because my dice are broken.
no,
She was called Sprite.
Right.
No.
no, she
your
sounds
dice are
made up.
broken.
She
I don't know
wasn't
what
made
you're talking
up.
about, mate.
Have you just rolled really badly?
No.
Is that
She's
yes?
just rolled something there, which worries me.
As
Yeah, and it's
As
no,
we're-
she's not rolled badly.
Okay,
As
we'll
we're
leave it
walking,
there.
Yeah, we're walking.
Towards the creepy freaky
And
tower.
Yeah, we're walking and talking.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How
as
Yeah,
we are
okay.
walking though, do we hear anything else apart from like the shambling around of ghosts and the wind and stuff like that?
No.
Because people seemed very adamant that this place was
Don't say it.
dangerous. We don't hear anything else.
Why?
Like I'm
Doesn't
listening
seem
No,
that
out
bad, does it?
for I'm listening out for like other people because we saw people crossing the bridge.
Mm-hmm. You saw people coming off.
Yeah, they were going in the
Yeah.
opposite direction to us, right? They were
Yeah,
coming
but you
away
didn't
from
see.
you.
It wasn't like loads of people. It was like 2 people
Yeah, yeah,
on
yeah.
their way off. Yeah. Yeah. No, you don't see anyone living walking around here. It's a big place.
Hmm.
So obviously Gleamrot is like a massive city. Think like London and
Yeah.
boroughs size city. Like it's huge.
Yeah, sure.
And the Shattered Isles are, decent size on their own. The Isle of Lost Thoughts is one of the larger isles, so it's quite big. And given the fact that you only saw like a few people crossing the bridge, it would be easy to miss them.
Sure. Fine.
Yeah. So you don't see anyone living as you are wandering towards the Tower of Plains.
As we're walking,
Yeah.
I'd like to keep an eye out for like signs and stuff.
Signs and stuff.
Yeah.
Like on the buildings.
Just
There's
just
a
to
rock.
like.
You want to find a pub?
Sorry, one more question, and then I promise
I do want to find
I'll stop.
Yeah.
When Lily and I were reading about the different areas, did we get the impression that the Isle was kind of like predominantly the university, and then a few kind of like businesses and a few houses, or was it densely populated
Yeah.
and the university?
It's not the only university.
Right.
Or rather, well, no, it's not the only university. And also, it kind of functions in the way that, you have different colleges in a university.
Yeah, sure.
So there were different focuses in different places. It was relatively densely populated. It's the most sought after institution to go and learn at in the Shadowfell, which is a huge place. There are other cities within the like this part of the Shadowfell, because of course you also learned that there are kind of splinter realms within this plane as well. But no, so there are lots of different places. You would have had rather places dedicated to artificers.
Yeah.
You would have had bardic colleges. You would have had, even schools for like war tactics and fighting and things like that.
Sure.
So, learning specifically for religious purposes, all of those kind of things. So it was very broad.
Yeah. But this one in
and
particular,
lots of these buildings are dedicated to that.
This one in particular, I think probably what I'm trying to figure out is that, so the island that we're on,
Yeah.
it was just this universe. It was just this place of knowledge on this island.
No. So what you learnt about the Sever was that these islands were attached to the mainland and they were forcefully split.
Yeah.
So there are lots of buildings that have disappeared. They're underneath the sea.
Yeah.
And B, it was obviously a larger area.
Got you.
So, but the university that you guys are looking for isn't or wasn't necessarily the only institution available. It was Valeris's university of choice. So he is just expecting you to know that.
Yeah, got you. I think probably what I was trying to figure out is that, like, in and around the university, presumably there were quite a few houses and things like that. The institution itself was centered, and then there would have been settlements around it, presumably.
Not necessarily, no. So there would have been houses, there would have been flats tucked into various buildings. There are other areas that people would have lived in because it was attached to the mainland.
Yeah.
So people would have travelled in from, for example, the Fettered Wall, the Drowned Court, whatever.
Sure.
They would have gone to university and not necessarily lived on the island. Some of the professors might have lived on the island and perhaps some of the wealthier students, but...
Cool.
But yeah, so there are residential buildings tucked in, but there are very few buildings that are solely dedicated to residential.
Super. Yeah. That's
Yeah.
kind of
Sorry, is that what you were trying to?
Yeah, that was what I was getting at. Is
Mhm.
almost like from what we're seeing, what's the balance of like residential to buildings that kind of look like they're probably part of this institution.
Yeah.
Yeah. Cool.
Okay. Yeah. So there are connected buildings and also independent elements.
And things that look like dwellings and stuff like that.
Yes. Yeah, but the individual dwellings not so much.
Yeah. No. Got you.
Mhm.
Cool.
Signs wise, Damien, most of them are illegible, or parts of them are missing, and you're only getting stray letters. You do hit the jackpot in terms of trying to find a tavern. You see one with a sign very clearly written over door because it was carved in stone, which is Ogma's Ales.
Do we nip in?
Yeah, but you. Sorry.
What do you want to nip in?
I wasn't talking to you. Mysterious voice.
You hearing her as well? It's getting weird.
Yeah, she keeps coming out of nowhere. It's fucking
Yeah,
weird. It's
answering
like someone's
questions I
narrating
didn't even have.
our whole life.
You want to nip in?
Yeah.
Bit
Well, you
Dutch
don't.
courage,
You
innit?
guys, we'll
I mean-
catch up. We'll be literally 5 minutes.
Yeah,
Well,
we're not.
whatever
wait.
Dutch
Yeah,
is.
'cause that works so well
Yeah.
for us.
Yeah.
It'll
Well,
be fine.
We'll come with
What
you.
if you die again?
I got him.
I tell you what. Why don't we wait outside?
Yeah, let's
Alright.
wait outside.
And then I'm going to run in.
Bye.
I'm just looking for wine. Just see if there's any unopened wine.
Gonna have to get a
I ran
seatbelt
out
on
of
you.
wine like 7 sessions ago.
You left on the steps.
And nothing's come up yet. It was off.
Should have.
Okay.
Should have stocked
Yeah,
up
it
in
was
Dragon
vinegar.
Town. Jenny
You
doesn't
go
seem
inside.
happy with her dice rolls.
No, I it's fine. You go inside, the pair of you. It's dark, it's dingy. There is a very damp, musty smell as you walk in. The carpet that covered the floor is kind of shattered with the street, like the foundation of the street underneath it. And you can see there are kind of dark cracks. And oozing out of them is this black sludge. Panic, are you
it's a
still on Larric's
Wetherspoons.
shoulder?
Sorry, what?
Yeah, all the ghosts in there look very dark and despondent. Yeah, they feel very underpaid, and you can tell. You, sorry, Panic, you sat on Larric's shoulder.
Yeah, always.
Okay, Larric, can you make a dex save then, please?
What? Why?
Because I asked you to.
I've only opened the door.
Maybe you should stop
Yeah?
walking into places. Maybe just.
Oh, fucking hell. It's like doors weren't meant to be opened in this game.
You think this is a game?
Wait. You think this is a game, son? This ain't no fucking game.
Now give me a dex save.
Give me a dex save, you bitch. Fuck. 10.
Oh, my god.
great.
That's real bad. That's real bad.
Okay.
I rolled a 3.
Jesus Christ. Okay. So you open the door, and as you open the door, it's almost like this disturber, and the door itself
Nothing
is like
happens because I can't hear.
it's
Jenny.
like cracked and falling off the hinges. And as you open the door, it's
Hang
almost as
on.
if this is-
Sorry. Is Jen breaking up for anyone else?
Nope.
Nope,
Right, it's just me. Okay.
just you.
Okay.
I'll
Once
message
again-
you what happens.
Once again, he's the problem child.
Once again, you open the door.
Nope.
Oh fuck me.
Oh,
That's for me in the future.
Did he?
disappear.
He rolled back.
There we go. So you open the door once again, and this is almost like a trigger to this ooze that has just been lurking under the surface, and it just almost seeps up at this unnatural speed and just kind of spills out over the edge. Larric, as your foot just toes over the threshold, it just starts to kind of seep into your skin, and it feels cold and it feels really, really unpleasant, and you take 2 necrotic damage.
Fuck's sake. I just had a bath.
Looking around, you can see the remains of the bar. You can move.
I'm just going to fucking
not fast
take
enough,
one
apparently.
step backwards out the fucking door.
Yeah.
Shut
Okay,
the
so
door
you take
and go, well, never mind.
So you take one step backwards out the door, and as you do, having just seen this ooze seeping out of the cracks in the floor, you notice that actually these cracks are all over the streets, and that there is this black residue, similar to what you saw the gargoyles weeping on the bridge. There is this black residue kind of everywhere.
Well, why did it only fucking hurt me when we went in there, though?
You woke it up.
Yeah,
I woke it up. We've just been walking on it.
Well, how many ghosts do you know that open doors on a regular basis?
Oh, that's quite a good point, actually. I didn't think about that.
Yeah, that's
So-
a really good point.
So basically, we got to get through this place acting like ghosts. So if we see a door, we just walk through it. We don't open it.
There's a one
Maybe-
sure way of doing it, and I'm just going to look at Baxter and get my knife out.
No, we're not.
Oh,
We're
but
not
I
going to
mean,
be
what do you
actual
mean? That's-
ghosts.
What? I thought, yeah, we'll be out, we're all right. We had a good run.
No, but maybe the sentiment is right, and we walk through this place trying
See?
not to disturb very much.
He agrees.
Oh, that was open
Let's
the
not
door.
disturb the goo.
Yeah.
Fine.
Ew, didn't like that.
Let's go for the goo.
Seeing what happened, the goo that we're walking on isn't
The goo.
reacting to
The
us in the
goo.
same way, though.
You're not walking on goo.
Or
Let's go
Well,
find
you're
the secret
blocking
cracks.
it
no, sorry, the cracks. The cracks.
Yeah, so the cracks that you're walking in, there's obviously been seepage previously.
Oh, I'm going home.
Just not where you are currently
Yeah, sure.
walking.
Gotcha.
Look,
Which
don't
may have
fucking
something to do with
stand
my
on it.
broken dice.
Maybe we just carry on.
Just don't stand on it because it fucking hurts.
Yeah, don't do that.
Hmm.
What did it feel like?
Well, I just painful.
Oh, okay. Thanks.
Nailed it.
Just don't do it again then.
Oh
I just
god.
wanted a bottle of wine. Fuck me. Right, let's go fucking go to this tower then. Jesus.
Okay. You just
Spend the
heading
rest
off
of-
to the tower now.
Yeah, I'm going to spend the rest of the war just pretending to high five ghosts as they come past. That's it.
But, hope they don't like punch you in the face.
Planet's still
I'm
going
not
to keep
actually
looking.
touching them. I'm just going to be like, hey, it's a good day, isn't it? Yeah, wee! And then just carry on walking.
So you accidentally
Okay.
punch one in the face.
Yeah.
They
alright,
basically ignore you.
Yeah, I thought as much.
It's an odd question, but as we're walking and we're seeing the ghosts, do we see within their visage like indications of how they died?
That's very personal. You can't ask a ghost that.
No.
They just look fairly normal, but obviously gaunt and ghostly.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
But otherwise, they just look like they're just going about their daily business.
Yes.
Interesting.
Yes. Some of them might have like, incorporeal books under their arms, or they might be carrying like satchels or whatever, but yeah.
That's
They don't
impossible.
flicker too, do they?
No.
I'm going to go over to a ghost with a book. What's he reading?
You can't read the title.
What? I can't have a look. What's he reading?
What languages is it?
As in, you can't read a title, there is no discernible title.
That's stupid. Every book has a
Stop
title.
it.
What's
Stop
the-
it!
Is there
It's
one
too
reading one? Has
see-through.
it got pictures in the book? Is it the Beano Annual?
Do a philosopher's stone.
Beano Annual.
Yeah, it is actually. How did you know?
Oh my god, they've got the Beano here.
Oh my god, one of them's reading the
Hey.
Gruffalo.
Oh,
Hungry
God.
caterpillar. Love that book. That'd be torture as a ghost, wouldn't it? Reading the hungry caterpillar.
Oh, just over and over again.
Yeah, you'd never,
Yeah.
you like
For
all that list
eternity.
of food that you could never eat.
It's the only book that you've got.
Sounds like you come up with the weirdest conversations while we're walking.
Do She's just gonna look at Panic and smile, like in her own little.
I think she's
Yeah.
stoned. Can I check
Yeah, I
my...
thought
Have I
that
still
since
got
day one.
my route? Have I still got it? You haven't nicked it, have
You
you?
know what they say about these like holy types and all their fucking visions?
I know.
Could you imagine if Safira did get stoned? She's so dumb it would be funny.
Sub-Zero, you're on to some of my route stuff.
She's
Is
just gonna
there-
smile, say, "Is it
It's,
for
it's
religious
herbal.
purposes?"
Yes, very much so.
Oh no.
Oh no.
Maybe later when we get back.
No, well, it's perk you up, you see.
No, that's better than no. Just leave it there.
Okay,
Leave it there
I won't
later.
push it. I won't push it.
Actually, if we do get in a fight, we don't want to fuck. She saves our ass quite a lot.
That's fair point. Yep. Yeah, fair point.
Is
So- Hmm?
I was going to say that as we're walking up, is there a way that we could potentially see a third side to the tower?
Yeah, as you get closer, I would say you see a third side. The one that you aren't going to see until you start circling the building itself. You'd have to kind of get there.
Yeah.
And then make that decision. So the third one that you can see as you get closer is of what you recognize as elementals.
Okay.
What? Just a
Yeah.
mixture of elementals, or
So
Certain
kind
type?
of like traditional signs of, so they'd be figures with like, I don't know, fiery, like flaming hair or whatever, or like, you know, with leaves coming off their bodies or whatever. They're very recognizable motifs that you would all you'd all be able to discern what they were.
elemental? As in,
oh.
like humanoid elementals.
Yes, and also the more kind of less humanoid construction elementals, I guess. I don't know how to phrase that.
That was a sentence.
And actually, on that note, that's so the angels,
Mm-hmm.
they just look like stereotypical angels. That's why.
Yep. Yep.
What they look.
It's literally a motif. The
Sure, yeah,
stereotypical, recognizable symbol of. Yep.
And the Fae looks like pretty much from where we've come from.
Yeah. So the symbol for the Fae is literally like a very fairy-like figure with a typical like Tinkerbell kind of.
Yeah.
Yep.
See, look, it's you. Right, look, Faye and shit.
I'm not.
Literally
You're
made of
Faye and
magic.
shit.
I look at it and I'm like,
How is that? What is that?
But you are.
Well, yeah.
So I was just saying that you are as well.
Well, fucking real angry.
Just caught me by surprise. I was writing a letter in my brain. So I got distracted for a second.
I mean, and I'm looking at the tower and I'm like, I mean, do you think?
Fucking.
What do you think the fourth side's going to be?
The
Demons.
fourth side. Angels, Fae, elementals,
What, like?
rabbits.
Artichokes. Sorry, what?
Why?
Just the first word that came to my brain.
And the most religious of you suggests demons.
Just what, like maybe like the material
probably.
plane?
No, I reckon Safsira's got it. It's gonna be fucking demons, fiends, devils, something fucking
Yeah.
shit in it.
Daedra.
Why
What?
have a clock thing? Mage.
I had an aunt called Daedra. Or Deirdre, sorry.
Deirdre. Are we going to walk
It's
around
like,
and have a
it's like,
look?
I've read your backstory, you cunt, you didn't.
As you're walking and you get considerably closer to the Tower of Plains, obviously time passes. It's a big island. It takes you 20 minutes max to kind of get there. However, Safsira, can you make me a dex save, please?
Oh, fuck.
Should have got
Yes,
stoned. Should have got stoned.
Yeah, you could have done it at disadvantage.
Yeah. Is it a saving throw?
Dex save, yeah, please.
Brilliant.
Nothing
with
could hurt me
naturally.
off my tits.
That is a 14.
Oh, cool. Okay, so Safsira, you walking along the street, you kind of step on a crack. And
break your mother's back.
Yeah, don't do that. And you notice as you look down that the kind of darkness of the cracks has taken on a very kind of deep quality to it, and you realize swift enough that this is that horrible necrotic ooze kind of rising out of the street, and you manage to dodge out the way as it just seeps up and out. It's not like a huge surface area, but it's enough that it could have caught your feet if you hadn't dodged out the way. It's not necessarily going to catch any of the others, but yeah. And with it comes this kind of mustier, kind of damp smell as well.
She's gonna say to them, "Did you see that?
It's very
There's that
impressive.
stuff."
You're very swift. You should be the one that goes running ahead instead of Larrick for a change.
She's just gonna look at you, unsure if you're being
I'm being
sarcastic or
serious.
not.
He can't hear me right now, so
Be like,
see.
See?
I
I
could,
missed
but
whatever just
Wait,
happened.
no, don't worry.
It's fine.
We know.
Nothing happened.
Larrick's so good at going in front.
He is.
Every time I go in front, I get hurt. No,
No one brought that up.
she
No
did.
one. No one. No. Yeah.
said it.
Sasha did. Yeah.
That's true. She is going to start walking around because she wants to see what the other side of the clock tower has on it.
Yep. Okay, so you start veering off, which would be to your right to get round to the clock tower. And you see that the final face, the motif on it, you recognise as those of primal spirits.
Oh, okay.
You sound disappointed.
Well, that's awesome. So having basically reached the building and the rest of the streets kind of clear away to make way for this structure, which is clearly its own kind of discrete institution. And you gather, Larrick, you know that this is the right place that you need to be, but you kind of all then start picking up on the fact that this very much has the feel of a university. You see the Tower of the Plains, which is veering at a jaunty angle. It's like the Leaning Tower of Pisa, but like, you know, actually on crack. But yeah, it never seemed to have made its final descent. And you can see it much more clearly now, these kind of weirdly flickering clock hands on the clock faces. It sits within the grounds of what was once a very beautiful university campus, again following this architecture that was supposed to be very inspiring. Much of it is wrecked, but you do see more of these kind of ghostly scholars wandering the colonnades, which surround a huge stone courtyard, in which in the centre is a fountain, which seeps more of this black liquid. At the base of the tower is a sprawling building set out that makes the whole structure look a bit like a church, with the tower at the rear end. And yeah, this tower's at this treacherous angle, like facing towards the building itself, almost as if it had just made that final tumble. It would have just squashed the building underneath it. But even so, it rises above all of its comrades. And yeah, the clock hands still continue to flicker as you approach. The door to this large building at the base of the tower has been smashed in. It was once stained glass. And you can just see remains of these around the edge of the door as you enter into that colonnaded courtyard area.
I'd like to cast locate object again. I just want to see if it's up or below us, so we know which way to go.
Okay, so you cast it
Underground,
again.
or is it up the tower?
You cast it again. The pull is towards the large building where the tower is, and it is down.
Right, it's
Blue.
underground. Joy.
So we're going underground, are we?
apparently.
Yay.
Is there a bigger congregation of ghosts now we're closer to the university?
Not really.
Ghost freaking you out, mate.
It's like a rave.
Aware of them?
I mean, they're not going to
No,
hurt.
Off them since we got here. They can't hurt you. They're just ghosts.
Maybe he's got
Yeah,
a
but
thing
we've
for
been told that
ghosts.
this place is really dangerous, and so far, I'm not even going to say it.
Well, maybe
You're
it's
scared you're
only
gonna-
really dangerous if you fuck with the ghosts.
Yeah,
We
are you
haven't
scared
fucked
you're going
with
to see
the
that
ghosts,
horse you
they're
killed
about to
earlier?
learn.
Also, but what do
Or
you
the
think
kid.
can happen? What do you
The
think?
kid was already a ghost.
Maybe take something out of the university that we should.
Well, don't pick
Maybe
anything
they're
up
very,
then.
maybe they become very protective of things.
Well, no, it was right. So it was the same as when I was a kid, right? So the only way an old Mr. Hammond in the sweet shop would get mad is if he caught you stealing the sweets. If he didn't know, every time I walked back in, he'd be like, "Oh, hey, Larrick, you all right?"
You just make
As long
that
as they
name up.
don't know we've stolen it. What?
You just make that
No, I
up on the
didn't.
spot. You sure?
No.
You're not sure.
Oh, I don't know.
Oh,
I
yeah,
didn't,
he's
know.
got
I
a
didn't
point,
actually
though.
know his name. He used to chase me off with a broom. I'm
So
making up
you
a
got
story to
caught.
try and take a fuck. Yeah, I got caught all the time.
Oh, okay, just thought I'd know.
If the ghosts don't know we've taken it, if we just get in and out quietly, there's my point.
All I'm saying is that some of these ghosts, it will probably have been their job potentially. That's all. And they seem to be going about their daily business as though they haven't.
Right. Why don't we use that to our advantage?
Burn the place down.
No.
Oh.
Well, did he say the vault was hidden? I'm presuming it's going to be hidden.
He didn't really tell you. You didn't really ask.
Shit.
Let's just assume it's probably not hidden but protected underground, as you
can-
found out with your weird pill
Yeah.
thing.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You can
so,
find-
right,
you
we
can find
I can only cast it a few times. We go down, we look for the most, I don't know, I never went to school, but the most teachery looking person and follow them. If these are all going about their business and doing what they would have done when they were alive, surely we can find one of them that's going to the vault. So if there's any locks or anything, he'll still be going through the motions, which could help us get through the doors, find the vault.
Hey, it's not a bad idea.
So Sarah's going to be like, oh, that sounds really clever.
Yeah, I'm gonna have a sit
I
down.
promise
now.
I haven't given her anything.
Oh,
Like, Bree's just going to be like, no. No. Right, I'll be back in 2 seconds.
But I don't know. They might not
I know.
exist.
I mean, it's a good idea.
I'm just thinking if all these ghosts are doing what they would have been doing when the split happened, surely one of the last things that would have happened is they would have tried to clear the vault out and protect what was in the vault.
So we're not looking for someone who's just going about their day. We're looking for someone who looks a bit panicked. Is what you're saying.
Maybe.
If
Let's just
we
find the
see a
vault.
ghost
Maybe they
running,
answer or shout it, yeah.
I mean, the other thing as well is that we were told that people have also been stripping this place for things that they could find. So
but they didn't have
Well,
the
this
password.
is what I'm thinking.
it may also be very obvious where the vault is because other.
Oh
people
shit!
have
We've got the
looking
password.
for
What the
it.
fuck am I talking about?
Yeah, but it may also
We just
be
find the
very
vault and
obvious-
walk in. Never mind.
It may be obvious where the vault is because other people will have tried to find it too.
Look, I'm just talking shit because I don't want to walk in first.
I'll
Sarah,
lean
you're up.
forward a bit. How about that?
No.
Panic, can you roll me a perception check? Are you guys entering the courtyard,
Yeah.
which is where the main entrance
I thought we were already in the courtyard.
to this bit? Well, no, I'm just making sure.
Jesus Christ. Deception. Fuck it hell.
Uh-huh.
60 plus
Fucking
7.
hell.
I didn't realise I had plus 7.
Very nice. 23, yeah. So panic because you are actively looking for complete remaining shrines of the Raven Queen. You notice that under the one of the kind of colonnades, just tucked away, there is a small shrine with the outstretched wings of a raven over the top of it. Small, you could almost have missed it.
But perfect size. Right. You guys start making sure the door's alright. I'm just gonna pop over there a second. I need to take a pee.
Fuck are you going?
I need a piss.
You're gonna.
Oh, yeah, all right,
Yeah,
fair.
I'm not gonna piss on your shoulder.
Well, no, I don't want you to.
There you go. I learned that mistake the first time that happened.
Yeah.
Wait,
Fucking bang.
and I'm gonna run over to the.
All right, we'll see you in a minute.
Yeah.
Who's going through the door first? Shall we rock, paper, scissors?
You do rock, paper, scissors.
Rock, paper, scissors.
I mean,
I'm not doing it. I walked in the pub, I got hurt. I walked over the bridge, I got hurt. I'm fucking sick of it. This mysterious voice in the sky's got it in for me.
But you're the most nimble.
Blackberry will go first.
Clearly fucking not.
Blackberry will go first, just to stop the bickering.
All right. I'm not going to argue.
No, I didn't think you would. So yeah, Blackberry is going to very carefully open the door.
Okay.
Okay, we don't need to open the door, do we? If the stained glass is smashed through, we could just walk through.
No, you don't need to open the door. It's basically been smashed in.
I'm going to
Stained
very
glass
carefully
everywhere.
check where I'm going as I step in then.
I'm gonna do something new
Don't
because
like the
my
way
dice
to
hate
go
me. Lils, can you run me D4?
Sure. I can find you. My D4's there.
Well, now I feel bad.
No, you do. I rolled a 4.
Cool.
I get the feeling I
Can you make me a dex save, please?
I get the feeling I didn't want to roll the 4.
Jesus.
This isn't even as you cross the threshold. This is on the approach to the
I
library.
entirely missed
my
my dice
God.
roll. Let's try that again.
Using her own dice
Hang on.
against it. Jesus.
Actually, Blackberry, I rolled a 16, so what's my dex? Oh. No, I didn't roll 16, I rolled 18. That's 19. Oh, brain.
That's fine. That's enough. So as you approach the door, the first thing that you notice is that, the whole thing has been smashed in. Because I guess you're looking at the floor and seeing all this stained glass having been scattered across the carpets inside, I guess you just catch out the corner of your eye that something appears to be moving in your peripheral vision, and you manage to dodge out the way as more of this kind of ooze starts to rise out of the cracks in the ground. Approaching the door itself, you see that the stained glass is scattered across the floor. And the space inside, though quite dark, was once obviously quite opulent. Although the rich rugs and the heavy furniture and bookcases now lie haphazardly with their contents spilled onto the floor, and the furniture itself splintered into shards. The books are stacked up several floors. So from your level, obviously you have the bookcase level, and then these go up, rise up and up and up. This is a tall building that you're approaching, with the tower obviously rising above it. There are small mezzanines, which can be reached by spiral stairs, many of which are now shattered and broken in themselves. The higher shelves are reached by ladders that slide along the cases, though many of these also lie smashed on the floor. The library has also clearly been plundered several times.
Cool.
This DM talk for don't bother. There's fuck all there.
But Blackberry still wants to have a look
Well,
at
there's
some
still plenty.
anyway and see if she can read some of the titles. 'Cause-
Yeah, okay.
As everyone else heads in, I'm just going to stay by the door, just so I've got eyes on Panic, but enough so she's got
Cover.
privacy. No, just in case, like, safety-wise, you dickhead.
Oh no.
I'm definitely going to go with Blackberry and look at the books. Better left.
Nerds.
Stuff there is kind of gonna wander aimlessly.
So So yeah, you can see that the books were arranged by what we would know as the decimal system. So they're all in sections. They have their titles and their authors. They have, and these are all arranged in the correct order in their various areas. However, because obviously lots of things have fallen over and things have clearly been stolen, they're in a state of disarray, even to a point where obviously people were using books when the sever happened and things were left on tables. Another thing that you do notice as you're actively looking at these books is that some of this necrotic ooze, so the books on the floor, some of this necrotic ooze has obviously affected some of those, and they've either become illegible or they've literally been kind of corroded away. Just going to move you guys over to your map. Bam.
Yo map.
Your map. So you can move around in a space. So you see various books. You see a book called Giant of the Night, Legends and Truths of Night Giants. You see Symbols of Destiny, a treatise on divination. You see...
Can I pick that one up?
Okay. Yeah.
I think I'm on the wrong layer, Jem.
On the wrong layer?
Is everyone else really dark?
Yeah.
You shouldn't be.
Mine's getting lit up by other people, but not by me.
I'm like above I can light everything up, but I'm just everyone else is blacked out. I can't really see anyone. I can't see anything really.
Fine.
I can't see anything but my token.
So as we're back, Baxter, you wanted to light a torch?
Yes, I did, because I can't see.
Yep.
Well, I can't see this clearly, and it's very dark, right?
Everyone but Panic goes to enter the building. Blackberry and Baxter are trying to look at titles. Baxter's having a really hard time of it. The four of you are in the building. Baxter, you try and light a torch, and even trying to get a spark is difficult. You manage to get a spark onto your torch. It lights, and then it sputters and goes out.
I'm just kind of like, I'm just very quietly to myself doing that thing that you do where you start swearing at yourself and you try and light a match and it doesn't.
Yeah.
Come on.
Yep. Moving to Panic, who has approached this shrine to the Raven Queen.
Yep.
It's very small. It's set into the wall, so it has like a little recess behind it. You see in there like the stubs of candles. You see like the remains of old offerings. Nothing that would excite you. Nothing that is necessarily even recognizable as a specific object. But yeah, you see that things have been left in the more recent past. These aren't necessarily things from the time of the sever.
Okay. I'm just going to go up and have I still got one? I think I've still got one. Just make sure I have still got one. Where is it? Yeah, I'm going to take out one more chunk of obsidian that I've got.
Okay.
And just stand there and slowly carve probably another fairy-esque looking shape. And just start looking like, okay, so I'd like to have a word, if you can hear me. Bit quiet in here as well. Just heads up to anyone who's listening who's on charge of audio for music and shit. It's a bit quiet.
It is quite quiet, yeah.
Just I'm glad you're here. Thank God. Thank goodness. I'm glad you turned up. Anyway, there you go. Just slide up you up there. Right. So I would like. So Yeah, so we're doing like some really weird, dangerous stuff, and I kind of think you're someone that could help, especially around here. So I was just wondering if there's a way I could ask for some help.
Okay.
That was quick, thanks.
Okay, yeah. Okay, good.
She's just saying this out loud, by the way, to the shrine.
Yeah,
Okay.
I understand. So you're like carving the lines of a fairy into the obsidian.
Just trying to make like I did when we were in the Eyrie.
Yeah, so you stand there for a few moments, offering this kind of prayer to the Raven Queen, and you're carving. You because obviously you're quite good at this generally, and this is a symbol that you like to do quite often. You're quite deft at this now. You're quite good at them. Give me a sleight of hand just to see if this one comes out as well as the last, because I think the last one you did a really good one.
I got advantage on that, and that is a
You do?
17.
Got 17. Cool.
I
Yeah,
said it
it
like
comes
that.
out. It's really nice. This is a practiced thing for you now. You could probably sit and make loads of these and sell them, kind of level. You finish carving it as you finish your prayer, and you place it on the shrine.
Yeah.
Yep. You hear the sound of a raven cawing, though if you were to look around, you wouldn't actually see one. You don't know if this is in your head or if it's actually a raven that has followed you from somewhere. And you feel almost in your mind this sensation of kind of soft feathers almost caressing you, like enveloping you. And you hear a soft voice. Castry?
Hello?
Welcome into my fold.
Oh. Thank you.
Now is the time to prove yourself.
What do I need to do?
Survive,
I'm good at that.
and do not trick fate.
Yeah.
If it is your time to meet me, then you will.
And if my friends go,
You know the answer.
yeah. I won't let you down.
Do you think you can do it?
I won't let you down.
You hear nothing else. And you feel the sensation of these kind of soft feathers withdrawing. And this kind of shadowy kind of tint that's come over your sight as you've been looking into the shrine almost lift.
It'll take a minute.
Mm-hmm.
Right. And then I'm gonna start flying back.
Okay. Cool. Back to the four of you in the library. Blackberry very cheerfully looking at any of the non-destroyed books at various titles.
She's also put
Baxter.
they look slightly interesting to her bag of holding.
Okay.
That she's probably
Cool.
picked up like 4 or 5 weird and wonderful books at this point.
Okay, so what was the title that you wanted first? Symbols of Divination.
Symbols of Divination, yeah.
Yeah.
And then just come up with a few random titles and send them to me, but she'll have picked up some books that look sort of vaguely interesting.
Okay. Yeah. Baxter has attempted to light a torch, but every time he tries, it kind of flares and then goes straight back out.
Cool.
He's getting more and more
Blackberries.
frustrated to the point where he eventually gives up and then just goes and stands next to Blackberry.
Okay.
While Blackberry's looking at the book, she's going to look at Baxter where he stood next to her and go, do you think if we die here, we become one of the ghosts that live here?
Oh, please don't
I think
say
if we
that.
died in here, we would do
Don't.
this forever.
Why would you say that? Why would you say that?
You think
can
if
barely
we
see-
died,
I can barely see as it is.
but if you were a ghost, you'd be able to see.
Do you want me to light your
Why
torch
isn't
for
this
you, Baxter?
working?
Do you want me to light your torch for you?
You could
And
try.
Blackberry's going to use druidcraft to try and light the torch.
Okay. Does that make it a magical fire, or is that just a magical means of
I
lighting
don't
a
know.
fire?
It just says you instantly light or snuff out a candle, a torch, or a small
It's not
campfire.
magic.
Okay, so
fire.
it's non-magical
It's not
fire.
magical,
It's just
but
magical
she's
means
gonna
of
try it
lighting
anyway.
a fire. Yeah. Okay. So you try and light this torch, and it flares into life, and then immediately gutters back out.
And then she's just going, weird, and carry on looking at books.
I can't
Think
see.
you know when you have a candle and it's got a wick and you light it and you think it's
Yeah.
fine, and then for some fucking reason it just will not stay lit. It's kind of like the way it just goes and just goes out.
Did that get
Lyrics.
damp, Baxter? Have you let your torches get damp?
No. He looks at you as if to be like, have I let my... Really?
Would I
Oh,
be
you
back by
never
this
know.
point?
I look after my
Yes,
stuff.
you are back by this point.
I'm just going to fly past Larrick, go straight up to Baxter, and hand him my moon touch sword. Say, use this. I want it back.
Thank you.
Okay.
Is there any reason...
How much light does that give off?
That gives off a 15-foot radius of dim light. 15-foot radius of light and a dim light for additional 15 foot. You're welcome.
Torch.
And I go sit back on Larrick's shoulder. It's a torch.
I mean,
Cool.
can I try and put two and two together? That there's clearly something going on. I mean, his torches clearly aren't damp.
I mean, yeah. What is it that you're trying to?
I'm trying to figure out why my fucking torches aren't lighting. Like they're lighting and then they're stopping. They're stopping.
Not damp in the air, mate.
They
Just
don't
damp.
usually.
I mean,
do
Not moisture.
I'm not going to make you roll anything. There's some kind of influence here that's stopping your torches
Yeah,
from lighting.
exactly.
You
Moisture.
wouldn't
Yeah.
be able to figure out kind
No.
of what
No.
without something more in
Yeah.
depth.
Absolutely. But I'm like, right, okay. Is anyone else experiencing this problem?
No, I can see fine.
But then
I can see fine.
Larry's gonna activate his hood, his astral hood, so he can see.
Mhm.
And he's going, I don't know what your problem is. Everyone else can see.
There is
He's just going to mutter under his breath at it. I fucking place.
just staring at the floor. Trying to. Is the floor has it got lots of cracks like flagstones, or is it?
Yeah. So the floor of
Is
this
it parquet
building
flooring?
is parquet flooring. Yes. But there are the remains of rugs here, and it's less cracked. There are some, but it's distinctly less cracked. You can see where columns down the kind of main approach have cracked and fallen. The books that aren't affected by any black ooze are intact, and they are almost as they were the day that the sever occurred. Just some of them have been scattered, and they might have been crumpled or a bit battered in that process.
It's more sort of she's gonna be actively avoiding the black ooze or cracks on the floor.
Yeah, so there are far fewer cracks.
That's fine. A bit like
Here.
when you're a kid and you jump over all of the lines on the pavement and stuff.
Yeah.
That is essentially
Yeah.
what she's doing.
Oh my god, are you
I'm
doing
with
it like tippy toes in armor as well? Just like
Two
just dancing around this room?
Yeah.
Because
It's
that'd be
like,
fucking brilliant.
This is
Arms out. Well, they're not that. They're few and far between, so it's not too bad. But
This
if
is
they
arms
were
out like
more
this.
frequent, she'd be like this, tongue out, like I got this.
Yeah.
But yeah.
So there are some cracks, and you are able to dodge them. If that's how you want to do it.
He nearly got attacked by a black sludge. She doesn't want to get attacked by weird things. Get her armor dirty again. She's only just got it clean.
I'm gonna wait until Baxter's out of earshot, and
I'm just looking around, so
pondering about the library, and I'm gonna turn to Panic and go, I know why his torch doesn't work, but I don't want to tell him because he'll be real mad.
Is it what I think it is?
What? What do you think it is?
Because when we were walking around outside in the fire village, I was on your shoulder for a bit, and then you walked around and the fucking fire was going out.
Yeah, it's me. I think it's the deck.
I thought you learned a new spell. I thought you'd been showing off to what's his face. Have you?
I think it's the...
Oh no.
Yeah.
Can you?
Have you got a torch?
What, like just a torch? Yeah, I think probably.
Well, jump off my shoulder and go over that way a bit.
But I need. That means I have to go. Fine. I'm gonna fly as far away as I can.
I'm gonna keep
Okay.
keep pushing Panic until she's about 30 feet away from me.
I can't. I'm just gonna go there.
I'm gonna motion
Yeah,
for her to light a
you're
torch.
about 50 feet then.
And just flying. I'm just go right, and then I use Druidcraft to light the torch.
Yeah, it flares to life. Great.
Baxter, mate, I think it's you.
I'm busy. He's round the corner looking at something.
I'll have a fucking sword back then, please, and I'm going to use my camera of returning.
Does it just fly out of my hand?
I don't know. I assume so.
I believe so.
No, I was busy.
You could have this torch now, since I fixed your problem.
What did you do?
I just lit a torch.
And his head like pokes out from around one of the corners. What did you do?
I just lit it. It's not hard. Here.
Well, can you light mine? And I'll hold the bit of torch that...
You got to come over here, though. My magic doesn't go that far.
I'll walk over to you.
As Baxter walks over, I'm going to walk over.
I'm going to put mine away. Since you don't need it, I've got my
Feel
sword.
free to move your token, Damien. Yeah. Okay, so
Walk over and be like,
Baxter,
right, see, it's working now, mate.
Baxter, as you approach Panic, you light the torch. And Larrick obviously gets close to Panic just as you do. As soon as Larrick is within 30 feet of Panic, the torch goes out. Unfortunately, he has timed it just in time for you to get to Panic.
I
think it's you. You've been cursed.
I mean, I'm going to do an insight check on Panic.
Okay. Insight versus deception?
I'm telling the truth. Oh, come on. Oh my god! I thought that was a 10, it's a 20.
Mine's 22.
Oh, bloody hell.
Oh, so
Rollies.
rollies.
Oh, fuck. I've lost it. Oh, no, I didn't lose at Rollies.
Oh,
I
that's
didn't
not...
have to change this evening. Let's see if it goes well for now.
I'm going to reveal mine after you've revealed yours.
Mine's a 15.
15. Mine's a 3 minus 2.
Oh. No, just rollies, just straight rollies.
It's a straight rollies, so it's a 3.
It's a 3. But still, adding deception on it is funny.
Shit. Oh god. Okay. So Panic obviously trying to convince Baxter that he is the problem. He is cursed. There's something wrong with him. Baxter, initially you're like, oh, well maybe there is, and then you stop and think about it, and you're like, no, definitely not. You can just see like the corner of Panic's like mouth just starting to twitch up, obviously trying to hold in a laugh. You glance over and you see Larrick not making very much effort at all to cover the fact that he's smirking either.
I'm going to see, as soon as I see Larrick smirking, I'm going to turn around and be like, it's fucking you, isn't it? Because it's always fucking you.
Well, it's not always me, but
So dramatic.
It is you, though, isn't it?
but it's
Almost
actually, Baxter, you're wrong. It's not me. It's
But
the
it's something that
cards.
you've got.
It's
in the card.
Look, I didn't realise until we did the fight outside the city and the fire in the building started going. I mean, magic shit seems to work fine, but normal flames, for some reason, if you're near me, they don't work anymore. Right?
Okay. Great. Thanks.
I mean, that's a little bit inconvenient. Not gonna lie.
Well, look, I can see quite far in the dark, so I don't know. Tie a rope to me and...
Yeah, well, it's really dark.
I hand my sword back.
I'll just... Thank you.
I just wanted to play a bit of fun on you.
Yeah. And he does smile, but turns away very quickly and carries on looking very...
You love it.
Okay.
He does that to you as he's walking away.
You nerds keep looking at your books. So I'm gonna go see if I can find some stairs. All right?
I'm coming with.
Safsira's gonna kind of like toddle on behind you guys because she is not interested in looking at the books necessarily.
Oh,
Baxter is going to very quickly look at some books because he missed out on looking at books earlier because he couldn't see.
Okay. So Blackberry and Baxter, you continue looking at books. Safsira, Lyric, and Panic, you start looking around for stairs. You may move around the map freely. Yeah. Anything you want to do while you're looking?
Whilst we're looking, I'm going to sit on Larry's shoulder again, as per usual.
Uh-huh.
I'm going to turn around to Safsira and say, Sav, what's it like having like a god?
It's very warming.
Warming.
I always feel confident in my decisions most of the time, although sometimes I don't. And if she doesn't answer me when I'm not sure, then I feel very lost and confused. But generally, yeah, it's warming.
Warming. Okay.
She's a good god.
Good God. Cool. Yeah. I was just.
She's gonna look at you quizzically and be like, "Do you not have a god?"
Loaded question.
I mean, I do now.
Gonna smile and be like, "Isn't it wonderful?"
Yeah. I think so.
Wait, what?
What?
She's gonna almost go to pat you on the shoulder and then thinks, actually no, and goes, "It'll be all right, Panic. You'll be sure of your faith one day."
You gonna slap me?
No, I was gonna pat you on the shoulder, but then I remembered you're quite small at the moment, aren't
You
you?
don't have to keep bringing it up.
She's gonna look at you like a bit confused, but you choose what size you are.
No, I don't.
Don't you? Because you get big sometimes, so I thought you
that's
chose.
the magic from the giants I got. I was raised by giants.
Oh,
half giants, but still.
So you're normally small. You don't get to pick what size you are.
No,
You
I'm
have
just
to
this
use
size.
magic.
This is my size.
Oh, okay.
No,
She's just
I
gonna
don't think she likes the word small.
shrug and smile at you and go, "What size? What would you prefer I say then?"
Maybe just don't say anything about it.
Very size. Okay.
Fairy sized.
Very sized.
No, that's a racist stereotype because fairies come in all different shapes and sizes. It's really annoying.
Panic
Just gonna
size.
nod and be like, "That is
I'm
true."
panic sized. There you
Panic
go.
size.
Panic
I
sized.
Also-
didn't understand your magic. I just thought you could be whatever size you
No,
wanted
it's
to
it's
be.
the runes. It taught me runes, you see.
Is runes like writing?
Yeah. The runes of the giants and stuff like that. So I can do stuff with runes because they taught me and I can speak giant. So basically I've got the magic of that to get big. So when we used to go raiding, I'd like do that and it's kind of how I got my name. So I didn't have a name before then.
Oh, that's sad. But now you have a name and now you have a god.
Yeah.
See, it's all coming. It's all coming together.
we just-
It'll all
coming
be
up roses,
fine.
isn't it? Yeah.
Yeah.
Fucking wait a minute.
What?
Fuck me.
What
What do you mean?
What do you mean?
What do you mean?
That's what I said, dickhead.
Oh, I'm asking you. What do you mean? What do you mean? The
do you
names
mean you
thing.
got a
I
god?
didn't get a name because Oh, the god thing. I thought you wanted to hear about my tragic past, but never mind.
I'd love to hear about your tragic past,
That's
Panic.
fucking weird. Yeah, I've got a god.
Apparently, she's really weird today. I don't know what's going on.
Since fucking when?
You know that hood thing you can do? You can talk.
It's literally lit up on his head.
Yeah.
now.
Well,
It's
yeah,
like,
that, but you can do the talking.
Yeah.
And do that, and I'll talk with you then.
all right. Well, what now?
If you want. Be quick.
One of his eyes closes, his tongue comes out, and then all you hear in your head is, "What the fuck do you mean?"
Hello?
Don't be a dick.
No, is this thing on? I'm serious. This is what? Can you hear me?
Yes.
Am I saying this out loud or is it in my head? I've never done this before. You haven't done it with me yet. I've got a god now.
Just talk in your head. Yeah, I've got that bit. Yep.
Yeah. So,
Since when?
like, well, you know when we went to speak to the Raven Queen at the Eyrie?
No.
Yeah. Remember we
Oh,
went
when
and
we-
got
when
dragged
we did
into
the
the
parade,
barracks and I got a
Shit,
date?
and nothing happened. Yeah.
Well, something happened with me, like, and it made me. Wait, why am I doing this voice in my head? Oh, it made me realize, like, what the Raven Queen is like. So I've kind of pledged to her.
The rest of you just see Larry silently just go. And in your head you're like, what the fuck? Why?
She's not that bad. It makes sense. Look, people die on the ship all the time, and it's horrific, but her whole thing is about the time being up and stuff. And it's comforting.
Nick, you realise if it was up to the Raven Queen, I wouldn't be here.
I know. And that's something I need to talk to you about. Don't go down again.
Look, I don't want to talk about this right now.
Okay.
And he's just gonna walk off. But he's gonna like shrug his shoulder.
I float off.
Okay.
He's just gonna go off and try and look around and find some
End
stairs.
of a friendship. End of a friendship.
Oh god. Safzira, where you were standing, you were by what is obviously the librarian's desk,
Okay.
where books were checked in and checked out. Larrick, you as you stomp off, the rest of you see some kind of silent exchange happening between Panic and Larrick. Larrick looking cross and Panic looking kind of, sad, but also determined,
Constipated.
constipated. And you're all like, I knew she shouldn't have had so much to drink yesterday. It was that Plowman's. Did her in.
Oh, shut the
Too
fuck up.
much Plowmans. Too much Plowmans. I told you, you shouldn't have gone for the extra egg.
But yeah, she looks determined, but also a bit upset. before presumably the pair of them kind of school their features back into whatever gormless expression they usually wear.
Because they've been pissing around with me, I'm immediately gonna like stop what I'm looking at and be like, "Fuck's wrong with you two?"
Fuck you. And he's just going to walk off into a corner.
Okay, Larry, the corner that you walk off into, you see that there is a doorway next to you, and you can you should just about be able to glimpse a set of stairs running upwards.
I can't see nothing. I go into the darkness and it just stays dark.
Oh, I can see it.
Why?
There's stairs. I can see everything. I'm going upstairs.
Why is it dark?
Downstairs, Panic.
I'm just running
Can
around
you see
the
it now?
staircase.
No.
Damien?
I'm waiting for like other people. Have I got dark vision on my token?
Do you have dark vision?
Yeah, I've got my hood on. I got dark vision through normal darkness and magical darkness up to 120 feet with my hood on.
Is that okay? Can you see now, Damo? I'm in there.
I'm there
I can
also.
see now you're
I
in
have
there,
dark
yeah.
vision.
So you just closing your eyes at the wrong
It won't
time.
let me change your token for some reason.
Well, I can see.
It won't let me give you night vision. I don't know why.
I'll stand there for now.
Hang on.
The stairs only go up.
Yeah, the stairs only go up. Sorry, I'm just trying to figure out why it's doing this. Yeah, the stairs only go up.
So it's gonna walk in, sort of look up, walk back, go to talk to Panic, and then instead start talking to Blackberry and Sub-Zero.
Blackberry's weirded out by this.
Look,
Going up.
the locate thing said we need to go down, not up. So there's got to be an entrance somewhere else in here.
Like a secret
So
entrance.
well, I presume so. If it's a vault, it's hidden, right?
Mm-hmm.
Secret tunnel.
I'm gonna look at the like.
Why are you whispering? We're not being hunted or anything. There's no one here. I can't hear you.
Hey, me?
Yeah,
Yeah.
you're so quiet. I've told you.
really?
Up. Yeah.
Oh,
Where's your microphone?
it's right here.
It's right here, you slag.
It's right here as he goes to get it from the kitchen.
Oh.
Mm.
Yeah, I'm gonna look at the librarian's desk as well.
Yeah.
While we're at it, just to see if there's.
Okay. David, I'm just going to make you emit light because I don't know why. I don't know why it's not working.
Suddenly, we've got a star beam with us.
Rabbit Jesus.
Right, sorry, I had to zone out to like try and figure that out. So you guys are what? Just looking at the stairs, trying to decide whether or not to go up?
Yeah, like if
Yeah.
it's down, there must be another entrance somewhere.
Yeah.
Okay. Baxter, by the librarian's desk, you can see that there is a plaque on the desk. You know, the typical plaque that, like the clerk's plaques, that says Lathai Halin on it, assistant librarian.
Van Halen.
I just
Yes.
fucking
It was the
thought the
assistant
same
librarian.
thing.
Van Halen. All we have to do is jump and the stairs will appear.
Go ahead.
That would be quite cool.
So you see this plaque, Lathai Halin, assistant librarian. The book, the ledger, on the table is open. There's a collapsed bookcase next to it, where some books have kind of fallen down and other little bits of trinket, like smashed ink bottle and quills and things like that.
What was the last?
That's the desk.
When was the last entry for the ledger?
The last entry for the ledger was approximately 200 years ago, which you know from your research is about the date of the Sever.
Sure. Is there anything in or on in the desk, drawers, or anything like that?
Yeah, so none of the drawers are locked. Some of them have obviously been like smashed open. And this is one of the clear signs of plundering, where, you know, obviously it's been emptied. Anything easily accessible has been stolen. The drawers are all empty.
Does the ledger tell me who has taken the book out?
Yes, the ledger is the kind of loans out and returns.
Can I just flick through a couple of the pages and see if Matey Boy's name is
Yeah.
the wizard?
Valeris.
Mhm.
Yeah. So you flick through a couple of pages, and you see that on alternating weeks, there are books that are reserved for Valeris Alindester. It's different titles each week. That it's his name. On the other, so every other week, there are 4 books that are reserved for Lethai.
So they have alternating weeks where are they the same books?
No. They are different books.
But every month they get their.
Sorry?
But every month they get their reading in.
Every
one
other
time.
week. So alternating weeks.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. I'm just going to carry on having a little look around this.
Mm-hmm. So what are the rest of you doing? Back to the room that I'm really hoping you can see into, and I don't know
Yes,
what the hell is going
I
on with
can.
dynamic lighting. This is the librarian's office.
I'm going to have a search.
Coming back
Okay.
round.
So in here, you can see similar thing. Much of the furniture and the threadbare rug have been damaged by the Sever itself, looters, and anything at floor level has been corroded by any of the kind of necrotic seepage, which isn't currently active, but it's leaving a dark and slightly sticky residue on the floor. To the back of the room, there is a small safe.
Does it look like it's been plundered?
No.
I'm going to go
It's
over.
dusty.
Can I go over and check if it's been disturbed as of late?
Roll investigation.
That is 19.
Okay. The dust hasn't been disturbed on this in what looks like a very long time. When you're looking at the safe, you touching it, or you just
I'm
having
just
a look?
looking around it at the moment.
Okay. Yeah.
And I'm also trying to recall who I think might have thieves' tools.
Okay. Marek apparently has these
I'm
tools.
gonna
I'm bad
call
with them.
I'm gonna kind of like go back
Sure.
towards the door and be like, I mean, if anyone's got any thieves' tools, then I think I might have found something.
Okay, the rest of you are in the
Right.
corner. What are you
Yeah.
doing?
Well, up until Baxter shouts at me. I'm just looking. I want to look around. I just want to have a look around, see if there's anything out of place, anything that looks like, I don't know, Larry read a lot of stories as a kid. Looking for obvious signs of secret entrances, but badly, because people don't actually hide secret entrances behind moving books and sconces that turn. That's what Larry's doing.
Okay, so you're looking for what are you looking for? Like drag marks on the floor or something?
Yeah. I'm
Okay.
just looking for telltale storybook signs of secret entrances. That's all Larry's got to go on.
Okay.
Out
Roll
that door, it must be
investigation.
hidden.
Turned into the world's shittest Sherlock Holmes. Investigation.
Mm-hmm.
17 plus 1, 18.
Yeah, okay, so you look around, you have a really, really good look around this whole room. You clamber up a couple of the staircases, you even kind of climb up one or two of the ladders on the upper floors. You can't see anything like this. Not regular drag marks that would suggest that the bookcases can move around.
I'm just randomly trying books as well whilst I'm going around, going, no.
Yeah, nothing like that.
Slap in every sconce as I walk past.
No hidden latches. Yeah, there's no like signs of wear on anything that suggests that it's been pulled. None of the sconces have like shinier sections on them where someone's grabbed the metal. Nothing like that.
I mean, it's all very.
And you have a
funny, but
really
he's
good look. You're pretty confident.
He's very grumpy whilst he's doing all of this. Like when he's trying books, he's like flinging them out of shelves and slamming them on the floor.
Okay.
And then he hears like Baxter, and he's like, "What?"
I think I found something. So do you want to come here and have a look?
Yeah.
Or should I, and he also sticks his head out the door and goes, "Or should I just go fuck myself again?"
All right. He's going to walk over, and as he does it, I'm sorry.
That's fine. Can I just check that the safe isn't trapped?
Yeah, I'd say with the investigation that you've just done, you'd be able to tell that it doesn't appear to be trapped.
Cool. If you could, and I point towards this.
I mean, a safe's it's a bit different than a fucking door lock. Jesus.
Yeah, but don't you find it interesting the whole place has been pilfered except this?
Well, probably because it's a safe and it's really fucking hard to get into.
All right, well,
Look, I'll give it a go. But I was a fucking trapeze artist, not a safe cracker. All right. And I'll go and pull my thieves tool out and try and crack the safe.
Okay, roll sleight of hand.
Come on, +7.
Are you proficient with your tools?
Yes.
Okay, yeah. So
Yes, I am.
roll
I am
for thieves'
proficient.
tools.
I am proficient with only 3 things in this game: thieves' tools, a flute, and bird pipes.
Very.
I mean,
The triple threat.
the essentials.
Yeah.
The essentials of life. I can play a nice tune, I can speak to birds, and I can crack safes.
Or can you? Is what we're about to find out. How many are you rolling?
No, I'm trying to decide which one I'm rolling.
Like you're DJing.
Because I've had shit rolls this evening. Sleight of hand, yeah?
Mm-hmm.
13 +7. Dirty 20.
Okay, nice. Yeah. Okay, so you put your thieves' tools into the lock on the safe and you scrabble around with them for a moment. And with relative ease, you hear the lock snip open.
I looked at Baxter and I'm like, oh, it's a damn good trapeze artist as well. I just swing the safe door open.
can tell.
What's in it?
The door swings open
It's fucking empty, isn't it?
It's gonna be nothing.
and it is empty. Yes.
You shit!
Larrick.
Oh,
Having
no.
placed your hands on the safe, opened it, seen that it contains nothing, looking directly inside. Can you roll me insight, please?
and then dexterity.
I mean, I've got it's a plus 5.
Yep.
That's an 11.
That's an 11.
With the plus 5.
Yeah.
Shit.
Oh my.
Oh boy.
So having
Like, I had one good roll. I don't know what you expect from me.
Excellent point.
having placed your hands directly on this safe and opening it, there's something that feels off about it. You think you saw something kind of wavering as the door opened, as in something in
Well, it
your
was a
vision.
waste of fucking time, wasn't it? All right, there you go. You fucking safe's open. There's nothing in there. I got all excited, thought I saw something, and the fucking thing's empty.
Why would you bother to lock it?
Gotta fuck with idiots, apparently. I don't know. You have a look.
Can I
Don't mob it.
try and gather whether there was something magical?
I mean, you can, but you don't really have any reason to, because Larrick hasn't told you that he saw
sorry.
something
No,
weird.
you're fine. All right.
As he just before he leaves the safe, he's just gonna do that thing. You know when you know something's empty, but you still go like that. Like, you know when you checked a drawer like a million times, but you still do that to the back.
Mm-hmm.
Like, as he's
Yeah.
raging, he's
You put your hand right to the back.
That. Yeah, and just have a proper
Rummage.
like he can clearly see it's empty, but he's just
Okay,
doing
so
that
you
thing.
put your hand in, and you
You
expect
have
to
no
knock. You you slap the hand. You expect your hand to knock into a smooth kind of vertical back of the safe, but your fingers instead feel a different surface. It has bumps on it. It has a curved surface where your hand is meeting it, and it feels quite significantly larger than anything that's on the wall behind the safe that you can see. But your
Did you
hand does
just
not
see it?
meet the hand does not meet this kind of smooth back of the safe that you're expecting.
You'd literally just you could fucking what? No, fuck that. Fuck that.
What?
No, that's magic. That's you. Fuck this shit.
What?
There's something in there.
I mean, there's
Blackberry
something-
can hear all the
there's
noise
nothing.
going on, so she's come over at this point.
I don't know, because it's clearly fucking invisible, but I ain't touching it again. It's all bumpy and weird.
Sarah's just looking at you guys like,
I'm
What the fuck is going on?
what is wrong
gonna
with you?
I'm gonna cast my mage hand
Mm-hmm.
and get my mage hand to do exactly what he just did.
Can you feel through your mage hand? I don't think you can. It's just moving and picking up,
No.
isn't it?
Yeah.
No, I'm gonna get it. I'm gonna obviously like feel. I'm gonna kind of like get it to like push on the surfaces.
Okay. Yeah, so it pushes
Well,
on the
then wait.
surfaces. And it kind of like looks like it's touching the edges of the safe.
Like, wait, what?
I don't know. We don't know what it is. They're fucking prodding it. That's what you always tell me. You say, don't poke it, Larrick. It could hurt. Don't do something. And then fucking second, you fucking little hand and you're fucking poking shit.
Learn from the best, obviously.
Yeah, but what if it fucking blows up? Look, I'll just...
Check it for
And
magic.
He's
I
gonna
would.
stand there. And you can see like his feet going like this, and his hands goes going and then he's gonna put his hand back in carefully and just see if he can try and figure out what it is by touching it.
What does it feel?
Yeah, what does it feel like?
It feels metallic.
Okay. He's gonna.
Right, why don't you just describe?
I tell you what, Damon, you can roll me intelligence.
So I point out Panic this whole
Okay,
time's been just
okay.
flying in circles in the main bit, looking down.
Okay. All right.
One.
Wow.
And that
Fuck's sake.
one. Wow.
You do
It's a
not know what
mimic.
this feels like, but it feels metallic.
Back
It's
to Ghost
metal.
Hunters.
As I'm doing it, wait. As I'm doing it, I'm gonna cast Identify.
Okay. Okay. So, sorry, I'm just going to read Identify just to see if the parameters of that actually cover this.
So I'm
One
gonna
object
cast
you
it
must
as a
touch throughout the
spell.
casting of the spell. Some other magic imbued object. Ah, okay. Okay, so touching the safe itself, you understand that it's imbued with illusion magic.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you understand that it's imbued with illusion magic, and that the spell affecting the item is it is greater illusion, but you understand that it has deteriorated over time.
So as I'm feeling it, is it something that's attached to the safe inside, or is it a thing, an item inside the safe?
It's not an item inside the safe, and it's not attached to the safe. The safe itself that you are touching feels like some of the surfaces inside it feel real, and some of them that when you've hit the back they don't. And with Identify, you can understand that this spell hasn't been renewed in a long time, obviously, and whatever was keeping it in place is not working as it should.
How
So
big
it's
is
not
this?
actually a safe.
Pass all that back.
How big
I'm
is
gonna
this?
take my
Okay.
hand off it.
Blackberry is going to cast Dispel Magic at 3rd level on the safe.
That's a good idea, isn't it?
Okay, that is a good
Just say, like,
idea, isn't
there we
it?
go.
Using this.
when
I was
Using
looking
your
at all your
brain.
character sheets a minute ago, like, none of you've got Detect Magic. What?
But I have Dispel.
Okay. So,
So,
Blackberry casts
Would be a
Dispel
really
Magic,
useful spell.
and before your very eyes, you see
my
that
God.
the back section of this wall, the safe, the painting that's like, faded and slashed above it, anything else on the walls fade away, and taking up about 15 foot of this back wall is one massive safe door.
Oh,
The door itself has a large handle in the middle, as you would expect. Around the outside of the what's the word I'm looking for? Not the diameter, circumference. The circumference of the safe door has several symbols around the edge. In the center above the handle, there are 4 slots. They are showing symbols. Some of them are half revealed, where it looks like someone else might have attempted the lock or left it behind at the last usage. There are 20 symbols around the outside of the safe, and I've done the math for anybody who's interested. There are 160,000 possible answers to crack this safe.
Look, I found it.
but well, hey, Baxter looks at you and goes, "I mean, we found, but sure."
Look, all right. We did it as a team. All right,
Yeah,
right,
we are.
shall we just crack this baby open and see what's inside then, yeah?
Is this where we need the password that the wizard man gave us?
What was the password?
The passphrase for the vault is Throne of Spiders. And I have a bad feeling this is actually just a clue, not the actual phrase.
Yeah.
Can anybody read what the symbols are around
Yeah.
the doors?
I was going to say.
You can all read what the symbols are.
What are the
You
symbols?
can all read what the symbols are. Okay, there are 20 of these. I will happily send them to you as a list, but I will read them to you right now. Sun, moon, star, throne, mirror, chest, lantern, scepter, crown, trident, ship, eye, kraken, chalice, scales, sword, coin, book, gate, beetle.
Sort of like the throne and the spiders, but then if there's 4 slots,
Well,
then
but
it's
also
going to be
there
more
was-
than just throne and spider.
But also there was
Guys,
throne.
guys.
There was throne. There was no spider.
Oh, I'm sure I said, did I say spider?
There
Am I
was no
right?
spider.
There wasn't.
Scepter.
Larryx.
Oh, scepter. There we go.
Mm.
The whole time everyone's like chatting about this door and all the stuff, Larry's just rummaging about in his bag.
Hmm.
Look, I'm not really one for puzzles.
Right.
And then he's going to pull out a little metal rod with another little metal rod attached to it. And he's going to point it towards the door and he's going to tap the chime of opening.
Okay. Your time of opening. Let me just.
yeah, okay.
That's where Jen goes,
No,
it
no,
doesn't
no,
fucking
fine.
do anything, you cunt.
Time is just a clear tone, and one lock or latch on the object opens unless the sound can't reach the object. Okay. Yeah. That's fine. Yeah, with. So you knock the chime
Once.
once,
Mm-hmm.
and you see that the first slot, almost on its own, you hear a latch almost sliding across. And you see that the first slot on the 4 kind of slots for the code slides around and the symbol of a chalice appears.
Ooh.
Yeah, again.
Okay. You hear another latch sliding across. And you see the symbol of a scepter.
Again.
Okay, how many charges has it got?
10. I am marking them up as I'm doing them.
Oh, is this going against your plan?
I've only
Jenny,
ever used
getting
it
us
once.
to-
No, there were options. This is just one of them. Yep, you knock it again. And the third latch you hear sliding across, and the symbol of a sun appears in the third thingy.
Last time.
Okay. Okay, so for the last time the symbols move again, you hear a latch slide across and the symbol of a throne appears. As this happens, an almost imperceptible cover just underneath the 4 symbols, but just above the handle, drops down and a parchment falls out with a quill.
I'm going to look at everyone else and be like, and this is why I steal shit. And he's going to put it back in his bag.
Brad's just gonna roll his eyes and then go and pick up.
Sarah's gonna look at him, and even though like her moral compass would be like, you don't steal, she'd go, this once, I shall agree with you.
Okay, Baxter, you pick up the parchment. And written at the top just says password.
Write it.
So throne of spiders.
Okay.
I scribble it down.
Yep.
And I'm gonna put it. So did it just fall out of the door? From a little compartment?
Yeah, so the covering underneath opened, and there's like just a little recess inside where a pen and parchment just fell out.
I'm gonna put it back in the slot once I.
Okay. You put it back in. As soon as your hand leaves the paper, the covering slides back up with a snap.
Oh, I nearly lost your fingers.
And
Shit.
the door of the vault swings open into the room. Baxter, can you make me a dex save just to avoid being hit by the door?
Sure.
You made me a dex save because I'm fucking annoyed.
It was an option.
I'd love to know how we were supposed to figure that out.
Yeah, can you tell us after?
I will tell you.
Oh, no.
Fucking hell. Baxter, you get hit by this door swinging open.
I mean, I'm kind of
take
marveling
three-
in the
You
creation
take 3
of this
bludgeoning damage.
this locked door.
I can imagine
Yeah.
everyone
I
else
guess.
is just... Yeah, I imagine everybody else, it's like something out of a fucking cartoon. Everyone else just stands there and goes...
Yeah. Yeah. Me going, oh my god, this is incredible craftsmanship.
Dear.
Yep. So, Ellie, I've moved you into this map just so that you can see what happens. But Panic, you can hear from the other room this door opening, this comical kind of dong sound as Baxter gets hit full in the face by this
She doesn't
massive
even
safe
laugh.
door.
She doesn't even laugh.
Are you okay? Safira's going to go over to him and help him up.
Thanks.
Pull him off the floor.
Jen, same issue on this map. Can you just delete me and put me on again?
Oh.
Sounds...
Why?
I don't know.
And I will say now, I will probably be having to go to bed in about half an hour or so. Joy of joys.
Okay.
Sorry, it's the same problem for me too.
That's fine. I will just introduce. I know what the issue is this time.
Oh, wait.
Let's introduce this
Don't
area.
worry about it. Someone's
I can see stuff.
I'm looking forward to seeing it. I can see the purple.
I can see stuff.
I
I can
can
see
see it all
Can
now.
everyone see in glorious Technicolor?
Yes.
I can see a corridor that is very
Right.
dim.
See clearly.
Good.
Yep.
It's
Sounds
meant
right.
to be. Good. Cool. Okay. So, the door swings open. Opening the vault reveals a set of stairs leading down into a cellar space. Immediately wafting into your face is this stagnant, damp kind of smell. Although it does dissipate after a couple of moments, this has clearly been sealed for a while. What you can see, those of you with better vision, is down at the bottom of the steps. Black water is dripping down the walls, although it is somehow not flooding the basement. The carpets at the bottom here are torn and moth-eaten in places. And the same creeping ivy has begun to intrude on the space, almost as if it is delved down through the cracks of the streets above. And we'll leave it there for this week.
Cool.
Okay.
It's creepy.
Would you like to know how you should have, or
Yeah, I'm
rather,
really sorry.
how you would have solved that?
I'm really
Without-
sorry.
No,
I've had
it's
that
fine.
thing
I knew-
for so long.
I knew you had it, but in my head, I was like, he's never going to use it.
That's probably the quickest
we're all
we've ever
terrible.
opened something that's like.
It
Yeah.
definitely
Yeah.
is. We are all absolutely terrible for remembering to keep spells like Dispel Magic, blah, 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 because we're all really bad for going, right, I'm going to have healing spells, I'm going to have damage spells, I'm going to have maybe the odd buff spell, but none of us are very good at, like, RP-based spells.
Hey, I can't
Yeah, no, I have no RP-based spells.
To be fair.
To be fair, I had the
So-
chime. I also had a backup plan if you said the chime didn't work
Ah.
to open the door, which was I was just going to throw the bag of the dust of corrosion at it and just melt the fucker.
Ah.